Hi there guys, welcome to lecture 13 where we will add some movement to our bubbles and we'll create tons of them, okay? So open Unity. Now inside your lecture 13 you will have some code, okay? Move bubble code that I uploaded to your course. So download it and open it in your MonoDevLot environment. It is really easy to understand. So inside your move bubbles class, you have two variables, one public and one private. Okay, you have a vector to bubble speed public variable with a value of -2.5 in the x direction and 0 in the y direction. And now you have a private float variable, max bubble speed deviation. Okay, you set its value in the awake call. Okay, max bubble speed deviation equals 0.5, and inside the start call you add some velocity to your read body to the component this script is attached to. Okay, so you set the read body to the dot velocity equal to a new vector 2. In the x component, you take the bubble speed in the x direction. And in the y component, you create some random component, okay? So you can add some randomness to your game, okay? And this random number will lie between minus max bubble speed deviation and max bubble speed deviation, okay? So we can now see this script in action. For example, select your blue bubble and add a new script, move bubbles, okay? And click the button apply so that all of your blue bubble inside the prefabs folder have been attached the script successfully, okay? If you now press the play button, you can now see as this blue bubble is moving. Okay, so you can see sometimes it is moving upward, downward, straight line. So it really depends on the bubble speed. Okay, so for example, if I put here -5 and press the play button, it will move faster. Okay, as you can see here, there is some kind of randomness. This is because we call here the range function inside random, and we set the y value something between minus max bubble speed deviation and max bubble speed deviation. Okay, so that's it. We can add that script to all of your bubbles and they will move accordingly. Okay, so for example, add it to your red bubble. Click apply, don't forget it. Green bubble of the new move bubbles, apply, and finally black bubble, script, move bubbles, and apply. Okay, if you press the play button, they will move. For example, you can make the blue bubble go at a velocity of -2.5 and maybe make this green bubble go slower, -1. Okay, well, -1.5. Okay, apply, and then you can make the red bubble to go extremely faster, for example -4, and the black bubble to go to -3. Okay, then if you press the play button, they will go at different speeds, you can see here. Okay, maybe you will want to make the red bubble a little smaller. Okay, something like, for example, 0.85 and 0.85, so that it is harder for the player to collect this bubble, because it will give you 2 points. It must be somewhat harder than collecting the blue bubble. Okay, that will be a 0.9 and 0.9, and your green bubble, well, your black bubble will be 1, 1, and green bubble 1.1 and 1.1 here. That's fine. I think that's okay. Well, you can change those scale values to whatever you want, really, okay? It doesn't matter. So now, this game is looking very poor because we just have 4 bubbles. And now what? There are no more bubbles in the game. So we really need to, well, first, position them at the, okay, let me select them. Position them here at the right place of your game. Fine, that's it. Now they are appearing here at the right edge of the screen device. How do we create more bubbles than just 4 bubbles? That's easy to do when we use the concept of array lists. We'll do it step by step here. So right click, create C# script and call it create bubbles. Okay. Double click on it to open it in MonoDevelop environment, and here we have our file. Okay. First of all, remember from your C# knowledge that if you want to use lists, you need to include the namespace system.collections.generic. Okay, remember from your C# experience that you need to add this namespace in order to use the concept of array lists. Okay, so we will delete those annoying comments. Okay, we don't need them. Fine, so we will do this for the blue bubbles, and it is just all the same for the rest of bubbles. Okay, so for the blue bubble, we first create a public game object and we'll call it initial blue bubble. Okay, now create a public float time for new blue bubble, a private float current blue time that will be equal to 0.0, a private vector 3 initial blue bubble pos, and finally a list containing game objects named new blue bubble equal to new list containing game objects, and that's it. Okay, now inside the start we need to add the initial blue bubble. To do this, you put new blue bubble dot add, and inside this add function you write initial blue bubble. Okay, so the first element inside your new blue bubble list is the initial blue bubble. Okay, and then initial blue bubble pos will be equal to initial blue bubble dot transform dot position. With this line, you are just calling the transform component inside your initial blue bubble game object, and you're calling its position property. Okay, so that's kinda easy. Now let's go to update, and we will call to a non-existent function create new blue bubble. We haven't created this function yet, but we'll create in a short time. Okay, and then we will start a coroutine. Remove null elements from list. We will pass new blue bubble as an argument. Okay, this coroutine doesn't exist yet, okay, but we'll create it now. Let's go with the first of the functions, void create new blue bubble. If time.time minus current blue time is greater than time for new blue bubble, then we will set the current blue time to time.time. We're resetting the current blue time, and then I will just copy and paste those two lines of code. Okay? With this line of code, what we are doing is, one, we're creating a new instance of a new blue bubble. Two, adding this instance to our list using the add function. And we're placing this instance at this position. Okay, new vector 3 initial blue bubble pos.x. That is, in the same x position as in our initial blue bubble pos, and then in initial blue bubble pos.y plus a randomness, a random blue. Okay, we didn't create this function yet. Okay, random y offset. We need to create it now. You should really understand this line of code if you follow the beginner scripting tutorials. Okay, and now we change its name. We'll create now the random y offset function. So float random y offset return random dot range, and you can put here some value you want, but I like those values because they don't usually go off the screen. Okay, well, maybe 4, -4 and 4. Okay, you can try your own values here and see if they fit your requirements. Fine, and finally we're going to create a remove null else from list coroutine. To do that, enumerator remove null else from list. We'll use an argument game object here named list. So that's it. And inside this, we're going to yield return new wait for seconds, and we will wait for 3 seconds before we remove all the element nulls from list. Okay, and then we do remove all of those null elements. Okay, using this expression item to item equal null. Okay, that's it. It's really simple. Okay, this code. Remember, this was only for blue bubble. We need to repeat this process for red, green, and black bubble. So just by copying and pasting. Okay, let's see if it works for, well, random y offset. Okay, I forgot here to delete this t. Now it is fine. So if I go back to Unity and drag and drop this create bubble to our main camera and set this time for new bubble to something, for example, to 1.5, and press the play button, well, it's not working because we didn't set the initial blue bubble here. Okay, so we must drag and drop the initial blue bubble, okay, and press the play button. Now it's working. As you can see here, several blue bubbles are being created. Okay, we can, for example, set this time to something shorter, for example 0.5, and as you can see, many blue bubbles are being created. Okay, We should do the same for red, green and black bubbles, but I leave this as an exercise for you, okay? Just copy and paste all of this code, but instead of using blue bubble, use red bubble, black bubble and green bubble, okay? So do it on your own. Okay guys, after doing the exercise I assigned to you, you should have something similar to this. So when you press the play button, all of those bubbles are being created time after time, and you can move your hippo around, as you can see here. Okay? I decided to load a school from the internet so that I can easily differentiate between the blue bubbles and the black bubbles. Okay, so I will drag and drop my school texture onto my scene, and I will take that black bubble and position it at the 0, 0, 0 position. And I will finally make school a child of this black bubble. Okay, and I will also change the transparency of this school, and that's it. Finally, I click apply on the black bubble. Okay, so let's see how it looks now. So when I press the play button, now it is easier to see if this is a good or bad bubble. Okay. You can download your own icons to put inside the green, the blue, and the red bubbles. It's all up to your imagination. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next lecture. Goodbye.